So if you watch The Survivors on Netflix and you've just been sitting there ever since staring at your recommendations, completely unable to find anything that scratches that same itch, I've got you. 6 mystery and crime dramas that hit the same notes, that specific kind of slow burn tension. And before we get into it, all streaming availability for every show on this list is in the first pinned comment below. You're gonna want to check that. Now, my bottom pick on this list isn't bottom because it's bad, it's bottom because the 5 shows above it are just that good. This is a French limited series, Netflix original, set in a village in northern France right near the Belgian border, and the whole show takes place in and around this forest that feels genuinely oppressive from the first episode. A 16-year-old girl goes missing, a detective comes in from outside, a local cop gets pulled into it, and then there's a teacher, kind of a lonely, mysterious figure, who starts doing her own digging. And what the show does really well, and what's going to feel immediately familiar if you like The Survivors, is it connects the present-day disappearance to a string of other disappearances from years prior. The past and the present are constantly talking to each other. The town has secrets, the residents have secrets, and the revelations when they come are uncomfortable in exactly the right way. It's a slow show, deliberately slow, but it's the kind of slow where you're leaning forward the whole time, not checking your phone. One season, tight, you can finish it in a weekend. The show is called The Forest. It came out in 2017. Worth your time.
Now, my next pick is based on a Harlan Coben novel, and if you're not familiar with his Netflix adaptations, The Woods is as good a place to start as any. It might actually be the best one. It's a Polish series, 1 season, and the setup is this. A Warsaw prosecutor, successful, composed, has built a whole life for himself, is haunted by a summer from 1994. He was a camp counselor. 2 kids were murdered, 2 others vanished, including his own sister. He's never had answers, and then a body shows up in the present day, connected to that summer, and suddenly, everything he thought he'd moved past is right back in front of him. What makes this show work, and what makes it such a good follow-up to The Survivors, is that the lead character isn't a cool, detached detective type. He's carrying grief and guilt as like active, living things, just like Kieran in The Survivors. The past mystery and the present mystery are linked, and the show keeps you constantly reorienting, piecing things together and then pulling the rug out. It's gritty, emotionally raw, really well acted, and if you end up liking it, Coben has a bunch of other adaptations on Netflix. But start with The Woods. The show is called The Woods, 2020, 1 season. Now, this next one is the wild card on the list, and I want to address that up front, because when you hear the premise, it sounds like a completely different kind of show, and in some ways it is, but stick with me. This is an Australian series. A cop in a small country town gets called out to the local cemetery in the middle of the night, and when he gets there, he finds 6 formerly dead people standing around, perfectly alive, perfectly healthy, no idea how or why they've come back. One of them is his wife. And the show is not a horror series. It's not even really a supernatural thriller. It's a character drama about loss and grief and love, and what happens when a small town gets forced to confront things it's been trying to bury.
Charles Ernest Thompson, you've been dead for almost 100 years.
Holy Mother of God.
The supernatural element is almost like a delivery mechanism for the emotional story underneath it. And the small town dynamics, the tensions, the history between people, the secrets, are very much in the same territory as The Survivors. It's one of the most underrated shows on Netflix. It was created in part by Tony Ayers, who's one of the people behind The Survivors, which honestly explains a lot. 3 seasons, all on Netflix. The show is called Glitch, 2015, and I mean it when I say it's underrated.
There are people here I trusted,
We're gonna go, and nothing can stop us.
but now I know that.
Okay, so this next one, I need you to hear me on this. This is one of the best crime dramas made in the last several years, and it does not get nearly the attention it deserves, and I find that genuinely frustrating. Travis Fimmel plays a cold case detective, and look, you know him from Vikings, you know what he can do, and he is excellent in this. Season 1 follows the reopened case of a 17-year-old girl from a small South Sea Islander community in North Queensland. She was murdered in 1994. A clue surfaces in a time capsule. He goes in to investigate, and underneath that case, running quietly the whole time, is his own unresolved history. What happened to his brother?
Season 2 takes them to a different town, a different cold case, a young woman who vanished from her own 21st birthday party in 2003. And same thing, same structure, small community, buried past, layers of things people didn't want uncovered. What sets Black Snow apart, and I think this is what makes it more than just a good mystery show, is that it uses its cases to dig into real socio-political issues, the kind of stuff that gets swept aside. It's doing something meaningful with its subject matter. It's atmospheric, it's layered, and it is absolutely, criminally, unfairly overlooked. Australian series, 2 seasons, the show is called Black Snow, 2023. Watch it.
It can be pretty hard. In fact, sometimes it can be bloody hard.
Now my number 2 pick is another Australian one, and at this point I think it's fair to say Australia is just quietly putting out some of the best mystery television in the world. This is based on a series of novels by Chris Hammer, the Martin Scarsden series, and it's a rural noir, which is a very specific flavor of show that I find really compelling. Season 1 follows a burnt-out journalist who's been sent to a small, isolated outback town to write a follow-up piece on a tragedy that happened there. A local priest opened fire on his parishioners, killed 5 people, and what starts as a relatively straightforward assignment becomes this unearthing of a web of secrets that the town has been sitting on for years. Season 2 moves him to a different location, his own hometown, and brings in a completely fresh mystery. Same tone, same sense that a place can carry secrets the way a building carries damp. If you like the way the survivors use its setting as almost a character in itself, the way the environment felt like it was actively concealing something, Scrublands does the same thing. The writing is sharp, the plotting is confident. 2 seasons in, the show is called Scrublands, 2023. A really good one.
Cecilia, I need your help.
I can't do that. It's my neighbor.
Chop chop.
And my top pick on this list is a Danish miniseries that came out in 2025 and quietly became one of the most watched shows on Netflix globally. It entered the top 10 in 82 countries, it hit number 1 in 28 of them, and it has a perfect critical score on Rotten Tomatoes, which, I mean, take that for what it's worth, but still. The setup is this. A young woman from the Philippines working as an au pair for a wealthy family in an affluent neighborhood north of Copenhagen goes missing. And the response from the people around her, the family, the community, is this unsettling, almost suffocating indifference. Nobody seems particularly troubled, except one neighbor, a woman named Cecile who cannot let it go. And as she starts asking questions, the comfortable surface of this community starts coming apart. What I think makes this the best show on the list for fans of The Survivor specifically is how it unfolds. It is deliberate, it is restrained, it trusts the audience.
We're just lucky. Very lucky. I promise you, we'll find her.
It's not trying to shock you every episode, it's trying to get under your skin, and it does. The social commentary is sharp without ever getting preachy, and the mystery is deeply satisfying in a way that respects your intelligence. 1 season, the show is called Secrets We Keep, 2025, started tonight. And that's a list. Streaming availability for all of them is in the first pinned comment, so check that before you go hunting. If you found this helpful, a like on the video goes a long way, more than you'd think. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one.